This is why Acheron is the worst DPS in the game and you don't pull for her. Every new Apoc boss, I swear to God, all they do is go in the back line and remove your debuffs from the field. Whenever this happens, Acheron can't do damage. Her damage is tied to the Crimson Knots. There are 0 Crimson Knots on the active field. So what this is going to do is it's going to explode these Crimson Knots in the background and do 0 damage. Look, Acheron is amazing and has aged very well. It can do a whole lot. But these mechanics literally break the character's functionality. I'm on my hands and knees for them to change how this works. I don't think they will though. Because a boss like this, a shared HP boss, all lightning weak, wants to be broken, seems like a perfect matchup for her, right? Same thing with the other guy. AoE boss, shared HP. It seems like a perfect matchup. But no. They have to go into the back line and just remove your Crimson Knots, and so you do 0 damage that turn. It's insane, and you can't reapply them either. And so you're gonna see me ult here, and it's gonna look really weird because of the way the boss is. Yeah. And I hardly do anything, any toughness, any damage. Like, bro, that it's crazy. I can't believe that's a thing in this game, bro. Oh my god, 2 HP demon. The 2% HP demon, bro. I can't. Look who didn't kill. Suck on these. Suck on these. 2% HP demon. Slow eye kill. I know most of these players are not killing this boss, okay? And I'm just messing around. Is insane, by the way. I'm gonna time you out, bro. I swear to God. If we want to do this properly, you need to break the adjacent targets. So not focus on her, but break the side targets, right? Because they are the ones that have the toughness reduction. So whenever you break them, it's gonna reduce you know, her toughness by 30% each time. Unfortunately, because of how Acheron stacks work, it's going to force me to attack her. But yeah, obviously the matchups here are going to be wind and physical for breaking. Lightning is going to be pretty good as well, but this dude on the right obviously is immune to lightning, so yeah. We're gonna yoink chow chow. Alright, somebody wasn't listening to my yap yesterday. I said it depends. I don't have Silver Wolf. Skill issue? That character was bad when she came out. Why would I have pulled for it? Ah, yes, I have the foresight to predict the future. True, true, true. Nobody said that. What? Bro, that's like the biggest gaslight of all time. Who said Civil War was future-proof? And also, that doesn't justify pulling on her whenever you don't know the state of the buffs. My cipher. Me? I said that? No, you didn't. You didn't even play the game at that point, bro. I would share my cipher with everybody if I could. Wait, you've been playing since release and you can't clear content? Holy skill issue. Okay, actually, speaking of which, talking about this boss, these 3 body parts have the same toughness value. Faye has a higher toughness value. It's much more efficient for you to try to break these, for getting the overall toughness down. So, yeah. Which you're given perfect opportunity to during this phase. Bro, what is this I'm sick stuff? Is this like new lingo for Jin Alpha or something? What is bro's going off in chat about something. I have no idea what he's saying. And mid unit. How much HP does this boss have? Hold on, let's check the HP values. 8 million HP. That's a lot of HP. That doesn't look like 8 million damage. I think we'll do a bit more damage before I pop Cypher's thing. No, I can clear. I'm just trying to do a little min-max, that's all. What are you talking about? I'm trying to see how fast I can clear. See, now we can kill with this. Mid-max? Shut up. Sagandis. She's not, it's Cope. We got hit on Sparkle, so big W. She's not a furry, what the hell? How many times have I done this? I think I've done it like... Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. This is what I'm talking about. Big damage. I need Sparkle to be pulled up. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna refund that shit. I'm not doing your Zinless quests, bro. I haven't done them myself. Bro's like, go do mine. I haven't done them. Ooh, alright, now we're cooking. We got this. We got this. Nope, not happening. I'm not doing them. Don't care how many times you redeem. I've got the right to deny service. Scammer gets scammed. Report on Twitch? Nah. I am the bone. Can I just not get a better score? Man. Stupid ass game. I need a better archer build. My build mid as hell. How do I refund a sub? You were gifted that sub, weren't you? Like, what do you mean, dog? Ah! We gotta get a better score. I know it's possible with this team. Even if this isn't optimal. But I don't have Tribby! And everybody has Tribby for some reason. Screw that character. I'm not pulling Tribby. He didn't give me money. What? He's just offering.
I am the unlimited. Blade works. Trace home. どこに行く生命はさあ存分に味わえまた正面から体ボルトレースホン I am unlimited. Blade works.
The blade works are unlimited, chat. The works of the blade are unlimited. The variety of works that consist of a blade are unlimited. Honestly, I'm just gonna pop this. Unbuffed. Trust the process. I know I said trust the process earlier and it didn't end up that well. Trust the process. I need a better build. That crit damage I'm missing out on. I'm missing out on a whole lot of crit damage. All that crit damage could have killed. The tragedy that is my build. Only 4 stacks. I can work with this. I guess I'm just not getting a better score than this. Giga skill issue. We're playing around the RNG. No. It's gonna be a good option for her, but not her best in slot. You can run them together. Lighter's still gonna be better, but it's an option. Should I put Hyacinth in the middle? I feel like I should. Wolf does more damage to my saber? True. Mid character. I should be able to get a better run, but it doesn't look like it. Holy energy overcap. Woo! Big damage. Every DPS found T5 after a wolf? True. Do we want to label this the most toxic boss in HSR? It's not, but like... How in the hell would they do that much damage with a wolf? Did they like run a break build or something? Dot and break. Yeah, that sounds about right. I should have skilled with her. Hey, show most homophobic boss. Bro, what? Does this kill without the buffs? Oh, not quite, not quite, not quite. Oh, chat, I need better builds. I still got better points. Oh, man, I don't know. Let's just look at my builds that I got right here, okay, for everything going on here. Here is my archer build. I'm sure my regulars are pretty familiar with the build that's going on here. E0, right? Nothing too crazy. I need a lot more crit damage though. My relics are trash. Here is my sparkle build. I probably should have more speed on her to be fair for this setup, but is what it is. There's that. Nothing really crazy for her. Here's my Cypher build, a 201 speed Cypher build, as you should build her, right? Maxed out, all that stuff, no dupes. And then, of course, we're running Gallagher with all this stuff right here. Nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary. I need better builds on all of them, to be fair, but it is what it is. And then as for the other side here, here's my Saber. My Saber is actually a pretty good build, all things considered. I have a WTF build for the optimizer, which I think is pretty good. My Sunday, Again, nothing too crazy. Really like having the high effect res on him. Here's my Ruan Mei. Today we're running her on DDD. Granted, I don't have enough break, so I could get a little bit more damage out of it, but, you know, it is what it is. There's a lot of optimization to be done here. Here's my Hyacinth build, who actually is pretty roided up. I do have E1 as well, and so, yeah, she's pretty damn strong, all things considered. I could have her better, of course, but, yeah, those are the builds. Nothing too crazy. This boss is going to be extremely, like, over... What's the word? It's not overrated. People are gonna have an overreaction to this boss and their mechanics, but like, really, you just over-exaggerated? Yeah, I mean that could work. The main thing is you need to break, and the best option is to pick the buff that is gonna increase your break, and then make sure you put your DPS in slot 1, right? As long as you can break and have like an AoE character, this boss is pretty much free. Like, you can hard counter it with like Acheron, Saber, or even Phaenon if you do run Ruan Mei and then just put them in slot 1 and then instantly break it. Having a sustain that does high toughness damage too will also help you out a lot against fighting this thing, because they will contribute, of course, to doing the toughness damage to break them, right? Your character that's acting the least and doing the least to the actual toughness meter, I would put them as the wolf, so that they can contribute a lot more as the wolf in terms of breaking the toughness meter, right? That being said, Saber is obviously just busted, and so she can like just, you know, slap her Excalibur on the boss's face like 20 times and then you just blow them up, right? But there's other characters that would be pretty good for something like this, right? It's not anything too crazy, and people have fought Hure before, the guy on top half. Archer isn't the best matchup for him, but like, he is still really good for him in particular if you know what you're doing and have a better build than me. You can look videos up on like how to counter him, but the main thing is you want to be able to get at least three or more stacks before going into the 1v1 phase, because if you don't, you'll pretty much die. Gallagher is a pretty good counter against him because he'll reduce his attack and give you healing in that phase, so Gallagher can allow you to survive at a lower stack count if you don't get enough stacks. Otherwise, really, it's primarily going to be a skill issue. Characters like Hypercarry Topaz, who attack a lot, are obviously going to have an advantage against him because, well, in the 1v1 phase, if your character attacks a lot, you can break his toughness meter a lot faster and then get to where you can actually deal damage to him, right? So those are the things you want to keep in mind for those two fights. Potential counter characters, and I know chat was like saying something. They're probably just yapping and being insane. Besides Saber, as I said, Phaenon should be pretty good. Castorice might have a bit of a harder time, but she should still be able to do it. Inoxa is crazy. He'll have no problem whatsoever destroying both sides. This is really good for him in particular. So yeah, if you have him, hopefully you enjoy running him, right? Screw Apoc. Apoc is not power creep, but whatever. Yeah, Facial gets bullied by AoE, right? It's not a big deal. Might never getting content made for him. If Maide was on Element, both bosses would be really good for him, but he's not. And Apoc isn't even his best mode in the first place because he can't get hit, right? But yeah, Cass, Inoxa, Phaenon should all be good options. The Dot Girl will be an okay option, especially against Fei Xiao, considering Fei Xiao's, you know, physical weak. And there's also a Dot buff going on, and so you can abuse Dot right now if you really want to. It's not... I mean, you can do some funny stuff. Apparently people have done like a 4,000 action value. I don't know the specifics of that, but right now there's some things you can do to abuse Dot in there. Who else? Yeah, because of the weakness, Herta and Rappa won't be good here. I think Fei Xiao probably has too much HP for Boot Hill to do anything, but I could be wrong considering that it is a, you know, break-based mode, right? So maybe Boot Hill can cook. Agalea? Yes, Agalea should be a pretty decent matchup against Fei Xiao for sure. She attacks a lot and is in blast damage, so it should be pretty damn good. Jade, so look, as much as I hate Jade, Jade will actually be pretty good against Fei Xiao, so that's nice. And she should be solid against Hure too, right? So if you have a team that works with Jade, then they'll probably work there. Like maybe Jade Blade first side, right, against Hure, that could work. Hell, maybe even Jade Blade on the Fei Xiao, like that maybe could work as well. Obviously, Firefly's going to be decent because it's, you know, again, break-based mode. Both sides are going to be at least somewhat fire weak. So, yeah, you can get that done. Black Swan's a dot character. That much is a given because, you know, the dot team. Lingsha's going to be good here again because they're AoE and they're fire weak. Fei Xiao herself will be good against the first side, not so much the second side because she's single target. Yunli is going to be really solid for the second side because she'll get a lot of counters off. Woho is going to be busted. It's not imaginary weak, so Dan's cooked. Zila's cooked because you can't kill enough things. Silverwolf's going to be really good in this because Silverwolf's just busted now. Kafka's dot. I don't think there's any, like... I mean, Hanya on side 1 could be pretty good. Or Hanya on side 1. But, like, there's not many 4-stars that are going to do anything too crazy here. Maybe Serval on side 2. But yeah, nothing too crazy going on with the 4-stars. Obviously, Hyacinth's gonna be really good here. Cypher's usage is gonna be questionable on side 1. I think Silverwolf is actually gonna perform better this time because it's just raw damage up front. But Cypher's just, you know, a crazy character, so she can work on either side, really. You can do Cypher and Saver on the second half if you wanted to try to nuke down Fei Xiao. Like, that could work. Sunday's broken. Acheron works. The thing you need to keep in mind of Acheron, though, is that Fei Xiao will steal your debuffs. So it kind of screws you over because of, you know, funny game design. Ruame is always good. Fugue will be good on second half as well. Jiao goes with Acheron. Unfortunately, Jingliu is not a good matchup for either one of these bosses. That's just kind of fried. Blade is a good matchup for both of them, actually, because they attack a lot. Jingyu Wan can probably do pretty good on side 2 because it's AoE. And so... since it's shared HP, right, like you'll have a pretty decent time. Topaz can work side 1 if you do main DPS. Archer, Saber, obviously. And yeah, so it shouldn't be too bad if people actually put an effort to learn the fight, but knowing the gacha community, they never put effort into actually, like, you know, learning how the game works, and so people are going to probably complain like crazy with this fight. But it's really not too bad if you know what you're doing to counter it, right? The main thing is make sure to break the 3 things that are not Fei Xiao. Break all the adjacent enemies to break Fei Xiao. That's the main thing you want to do. Break those 3. She gets broken from it. It should be totally fine. Both fights are pretty much the same. You attack the adjacent enemies, and then when they break, you attack the main target, right? It's pretty simple. Firefly gets cooked low-key? How? How does Firefly get cooked? When Huey warps her, she uses all of her attacks. Yeah, I said Firefly for... I mean, Firefly ideally on second half, but, like... Yeah, either way. Yeah, I expect because people are gonna... Yes, because she would lose ult. Yeah. Again, second half, or second side, she should be better, but I expect people to, like, definitely overreact to this boss, because they're gonna look at it and be like, oh my god, this thing has 16 million HP? And then not realize that it's a shared HP boss, and that these characters with their shared, or with their AoE damage, have, like, at least Acheron, it's like a 2,000 something multiplier, right? In AoE. And so you basically get, like, quad scaling because there's 4 enemies. I've got a thing for it, so where? Yeah, you're gonna get this. I mean, it's not 5 enemies, it's only 4, but it's in between, like, 2,700 and 1,700, like overall multiplier. And so, like, these AoE characters can get huge damage because it is shared HP boss, right? And the main thing is that you have to break, because if you don't break, you just do 0 damage, right? So as long as you break fast, these characters can nuke with, as you may have seen, right, with me doing it, 2 million plus ultimates that just completely drop Fei Xiao. And hell, let's say you have a character that is strong enough, or another way to break. Like, I use Ruame here just to confirm the breaks 100%. But if you have another character to break, you can use a different buff that maybe would help you more for damage, just to burst it down, right? Again, I'm using this because Saber's going to get a lot of ultimates, and so we're going to get a lot of use out of the weakness break efficiency. As you know, whenever she goes into phase 2 and whatnot, but like it shouldn't be too bad if you actually, you know, learn the fight, right? It's not super hard. They have a lot of toughness. Just run whatever's going to help you break them. And then as long as your character is, you know, I don't know, modern DPS or like just a decent DPS, you should be able to get it done. Even if Fei Xiao has 16 million HP, it's not going to be all that bad. Really, it won't. Let me pull up my Saber build real quickly just to like show. And yeah, I don't know, chat, what do you think? What do you guys think? Because I think the mechanic is interesting, but like I don't know, she does a lot of damage. That's the main thing. I think the fact that she does so much damage is going to make people upset as well, alongside the high amount of HP, right? I don't think it's that bad though. I think it's cool that they are doing interesting mechanics with these newer bosses instead of Apoc. So at least it like mixes up the gameplay, right? Castorize completely wipes the floor with her. Castorize is going to be really good against her because she does a lot of damage and it's a shared HP boss. So you can just kind of like blow yourself up immediately, get your ult, blow yourself up immediately again, and you just like one-shot her, right? So yeah, again, certain characters, Castorize, Saber, are going to just like completely hard counter it. So it's like, it can be a joke for some people if you got the right characters, which that's just sort of how things are with these games. It's going to be matchup dependent, right? But I don't know. I don't think it was that bad. It could have been a more like fun boss, if you want to say, because like having one of your characters turn into an enemy is, you know, it's cool to an extent, but it's really just spam the AoE attack until the toughness bar is gone, right? There could be more, right? I am excited to see if they do any like future mechanics for this kind of thing, because obviously they're experimenting this. You know, some people like to speculate that there's a new path, right? The elation path, right? If they do an elation path, I'd hope it would be something like turning into enemies, because that as a character, like you could pull for that. I think it'd be pretty cool, right? But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a solid boss, and really, I know there's already people that are gonna complain about the HP pull when I don't think it's gonna be that bad of an or that bad of an issue, right? But I don't know, something Saber propaganda, turn pull for Saber, pull for Castorize, and beat the game. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Oh, Acheron sucks because they steal your debuffs. Yeah, something like that. Imagine turning the Pollux. Oh, Clanker propaganda. True. We hate clankers. Get them out of here.